Okay, so now that Audiobus Remote is publicly available, I can talk about it a bit. And I just wanted to go over a little quick demo using it with my apps. So I have Audiobus Remote running on the iPad mini here, and I have the actual Audiobus session running on my iPad Air. And we're going to go over just the quick setup. There is almost no setup, which is dope. You can see on when you first launch Audiobus Remote, it's going to ask me to bring Audiobus to the foreground on another device and make sure that Bluetooth is enabled. So I already have Bluetooth enabled on the iPad Air, and I'm just going to switch over to Audiobus, and it will auto-magically lay everything out and configure all the buttons, which is quite sweet. So you can see it's laid everything out there. And in this session I have the patterning drum machine app, which is not out yet, but also really dope. And I have my effects apps, Swoopster and Echo Pad. And you can see it's laid everything out there for me. So I can start playing a beat in patterning. And I've got Echo Pad. I can remotely switch between all the apps just from one screen, which is pretty sweet. I'll turn Swoopster on now. So you can see that's going through here. And all my apps have a few common controls in the remote app here, and then a few of them have some expanded stuff. So the common controls are the up and down arrows and the mute button. Mute button's pretty self-explanatory. It's a momentary switch, so it's muted when you're holding it down, and then will unmute when you let go. Or you can swipe and let go outside of it to lock it in place, and all of these are like that. Oop. So then whenever you want to switch presets remotely, all of the apps can do that. So I can switch through the list remotely there. Switching through the native presets to test stuff out, or if you set stuff up, you can do some cool shit performance-wise. And let's see, the freeze button will freeze the flanger rate in place. So whenever I hold that down, it'll just freeze the rate. And then these other buttons switch the speed, so it takes the current rate of the flanger and will multiply or divide the speed by whichever button you press there. And you can do some cool performance stuff with that. So you could just, quickly speed it up for a second, let go, and snap back to the rate you were at before, or slow it down. So you can do some pretty dope stuff with that. And then I have the effects button set up on Echo Pad, so I can just bring in delays as I feel like it by just toggling that on and off. See, I turn it off, and it's still trailing. And you can go through switch to presets like that. Here I have one of the Audiobus example apps for developers, which is just playing just a drone chord right now, and that's running through Crystalline. So I'm muting the audio by holding it down. If I let go, you can hear that come through there. So the mute button's pretty useful for stuff, for muting drone chords. You can do cool stuff with it that way. But I'm now going to process the output of Crystalline, to show you how that's routed. So process the output of Crystalline with Johnny. And now you can hear that's chopped up. And this is just to demonstrate the speed controls here. So whatever the current rate of the rate is, will be doubled, quadrupled, halved,